Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, "Real estate cannot be lost or stolen, nor can it be carried away. Purchased with common sense, paid for in full, and managed with reasonable care, it's about the safest investment in the world." And real estate is what we do. This is the Realtors Radio Network. There's no sense in overcomplicating real estate. And if you're a first-time home buyer, an investor, or a real estate agent, you're about to get useful, practical, and smart advice on every facet of real estate. Welcome to the Realtors Radio Network. Now your hosts, Santos Garcia, Marcos Suarez, and Dawn McCullough.
Welcome to Realtors Radio Network. Today we have a very special guest. We've been wanting to interview her for a long time, but I'll start off with Santos, Dawn, and myself. So we wanted to welcome Gladys to our podcast. Gladys De Jesus is an agent with United Real Estate, and we've enjoyed her company from day one. And we've been watching her journey all this time. And Gladys, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for your time, Gladys.
Thank you.
Gladys, we've been wanting to ask you. We've been watching your journey and seeing how you're becoming a even better realtor than you were before, and even more interesting person than you were before. And you've done this all while being at United. And we've been wanting to ask you, what did you do before real estate, even before you were a realtor?
Also, half the person.
Yes, we're gonna get to that, because that's part of her journey. We're gonna get to that.
Well, before real estate, which I'm still doing, is I work for the county of Passaic. I'm a record support technician.
Okay.
I'm in charge of all county permits, all 16 cities.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, and then I also was at the dance school. Then that's when I was like, one day I just sat there and I said, wait a minute. This is not me. This is not my life. I can't be living check to check. I have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just decided, my friend talked me into it. And I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
And I did it, and I'm so happy I did. And as I progressed and I got more used to it and more comfortable, and then when I joined United, that's when I feel like I'm evolving into a different person. I'm getting better at my personal life. I'm getting better at my business. I'm getting better in every aspect of my life. And I have someone here that inspired me, which is Santos.
Thank you.
Nice.
And
Wait,
I'm
in
very
what way?
grateful.
In what way did he inspire you?
Well, I was always in a funk about my weight. And I never ever was inspired to start over. And then he showed me this picture that I was like, oh my God.
Of himself, of his
You saw his
transformation.
before, after.
Yeah.
We don't actually believe that's him.
Yeah,
that was
like,
an AI
like,
created
is that
That's
your
my
double.
brother. That's my brother.
I said, is that your brother? And he said, no, it's actually me. And I said, it was like a switch. I'm like, wait a minute. If he did that, maybe I can do it. And that's when I started, and I'm doing it slow, step by step, and here I am today.
It's funny. I said it to you before. I have to congratulate you. Like, I'm going to just say it now. So last time I saw her this year, she was still a little big, right? Like last time we spoke, she comes to me and she was like, yeah, I'm working on this. At that time, you were down like 25 pounds, 20 pounds, something like that?
Probably like 28 pounds.
Okay, so, and then I see you a couple of minutes ago, and then it's just like 80 pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Wow.
who is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
congratulations.
She looks like half the person.
Exactly.
I've been, talking to Gladys for a long time, and I knew that she wanted to get on that journey. And then when she started it, I remember right at the beginning, I used to see you walking along in Clifton.
Oh, yes.
And I told you, I saw you. Keep up the great
I
work.
saw you once too.
And I'm like, keep up the great work. And then I realized,
A lot of work.
yeah, she's really committed to this.
Yeah.
Because at one point I'm like, she might be 40 pounds. And then at one point I'm like, wait a minute, she's way over 40 pounds. Like she's really. And then today you show up and you're like, you look like half the person. And it's amazing to see you this way. And your smile is even bigger than, because you've always been a happy person. Like, at
Yes,
least,
yes.
and then and then
a
here,
brighter glow. There's a brighter glow.
It's like you're a different person. I'm like really happy for you because it shows. You're glowing. It's like a person that was just waiting for this to blossom, right? And it's been a great thing to watch, to see you, continue that journey. And then I see, oh wow, you look so different. You tell me, I got 40 more pounds to go. I'm like, what?
Yes, you said that.
You're gonna
I was
shrink.
like,
You're gonna
40
disappear.
Oh, wow.
You're gonna disappear.
I'm like, let's go.
Well, I have to say, and we all should remember this. So we hear about other people's success stories and transformations and stuff, right, on the news, on the internet, and all this stuff. And it's not people we know. Sometimes it's celebrities or whatever. But when it is somebody we know, and they have a personal impact, like exactly your situation, right?
Exactly.
But the important part to remember is we have to always be our best, because we never know whose story we're inspiring.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Like
true.
Santos probably had no idea when he went through what he went through, who and how many people he would
Touch.
affect and transform.
100%. I had no idea. 'Cause when you start making progress, there's a point where it's no longer about yourself. It's just about everybody around you. And then now there's a lot of people that depend on you to keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
So they can keep doing
But
what
the
they are
good
now
thing
doing.
about
And
that,
it's just,
whether you like it or not, some people don't like that pressure, but it does create an accountability
yes.
that we all deeply need. We just don't really want it,
Yeah.
right? The only reason people don't want accountability is because they know that they don't really want to do what they should do, whatever it is, whether it's weight loss, work stuff or whatever, personal, whatever. But we truly never know the impact we're making on somebody else's life, good or bad. So we always have to remember to do good and be good in the world.
Right. And sometimes it's just your turn to inspire somebody else. In your case, you're going to start coming around to more things, and people are going to see you, and they may be inspired to do the same. Either whether it's weight loss or maybe work a little bit harder, because you've also been working harder, and we noticed like, Gladys had a closing. Gladys has this going on.
She has
Gladys
a closing coming
Gladys
up.
Yeah, she has
Another-
another closing coming.
Offer accepted yesterday.
Yes.
Where are you
Look at
taking
that.
us?
Offer accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But also, I remember in the Buffini that he said these words, and also when I saw him, the combination of that was, he said, if you feel good, you'll do good.
Yep.
yes.
So when you work
Yeah.
harder on yourself,
Self. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Trying
just
to-
an incredible
Yes.
thing. And you just have a different outlook in your life, right? More positive, happier. We see it on you already. Literally, your glow is that much brighter.
Yeah.
And it's great.
And it reflects on her work, right?
Right.
She's
Listen,
closing.
you have more energy.
Offer
You have
accepted. She's just putting deals together left
so
and right.
many things.
Her,
So many
she
things.
got her daughter on board, right? Like your daughter's working out with you now, right?
Oh wow, that's cool too.
It's
See,
just
so it does translate into it does,
Yes.
affect other people.
And I'm even branching out to different counties as well.
Wow, that's great.
So I'm going into Warren County, Morris County. The old Gladys would never do that. So it's, if you find your home, and this is my home, United.
Nice.
It inspires you to keep motivated, keep doing it, and you can call somebody. I call a couple of realtors, and if I have a question, they'll answer it, and I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the more comfortable you feel, if you're a new agent, if you're not comfortable, you're in the wrong place. So come to United.
Come to United. There you go. There you go. So back to to real estate, right? So your friend talked to you into getting your license. Now you got your license. You're a realtor now. And now everybody, people would listen about what you're doing right now. Hey, you're closing deals. You're putting deals together left and right. But talk to me about your first deal. How was it? Like.
Well, we say it's Mount Everest, right? We literally, I mean, it's just for myself. We always say it's literally climbing Mount Everest.
It was so like, I felt like alone in a desert.
Oh my goodness. All right, different than Mount Everest.
Yes. It was so like, it was a
Sahara.
learning process. Let me just say that because I don't want to talk negative. But
Sure.
It was a very learning process, and I'm looking at houses, and I'm like, oh my God, don't pick this house. It's like, this is the ugliest house I ever seen. And then I'm like, he got the offer accepted. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're like, why?
And that's when I learned right there at the beginning, it's like, it's not about you, it's about your client.
Right.
And what makes them happy. And that's when I carry that to the next one. And I going again to the Buffini, and Dawn pushing us to go to do our pop buys. I went, and of course I had the same experience as her. I went, and he knocked on the door. They weren't home. I was like, oh, good.
Yeah, that's how I started.
And then they called me. They said, oh, my God, Gladys, you have to come back. You have to come back and see the house. That house was so beautiful. They remodeled the whole house.
The ugly house?
Yes.
The ugly house.
Well, it was location for
Of
them.
course,
Right.
of course.
Yeah.
But the house was so beautiful. I almost cried in front of them.
Wow.
But I think that was the most emotional one, because at the signing, I had to hold back my tears. They're like so happy. And that's one of the main parts that I started being a realtor, is because I want to change people's life for the better. I want to help my community. I already work in serving the public. And I said, what can I do more to change my community? And of course, I got into this, and I saw that first deal, and I said, I can change people's lives.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you buy your first home, you're nervous. It's not like buying a pencil or something. It's a very large deal.
Sure.
And
most people's largest purchase.
Right.
And to make them feel comfortable and telling them, I will go step by step. I'm here for you. Every step. I'm not gonna bombard you with every detail right now. Every step, we're gonna go and we'll sit down, and I'll explain to you, and we'll go like that, and then it makes them feel more at ease. Doesn't feel overwhelming for them, and they'll refer me to other people because of the fact that I made them less stressful.
Sure.
And made them feel comfortable about this big part of their lives. And actually, I think I posted it on Facebook. This client grew their first tomatoes in their garden.
Oh, nice.
And they call me, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a referral. They drove to my house and dropped off the tomato, and I said, this is why I'm doing this.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
that's
is
so
why I'm
sweet.
doing this. I
Yeah.
was like, a tomato was better than my commission.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
That's
that is
great.
amazing, because it's nice when you hear about people taking that much care of their client, that they're really concerned to make it less stressful, to make it an enjoyable process. And that's probably what they felt from you, is that you cared about them.
Yes.
And that's a great thing.
Yes. I even, that client, I even made their payments for like 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Because they didn't know how to fill out a check.
Oh, you helped them with
Yeah.
So
how to-
Well, I was
would
going to
go-
say, if you're making payments,
No,
I
no,
got
no,
I
no,
got
no,
a couple.
no.
I want to buy a house with you. I was like,
No,
wait
no,
a minute.
no. I would go to their house.
Wait, we might need a disclaimer at the end of this one.
Yeah. I would go to the house and fill out their check.
And
And
help
I
them,
said,
yeah.
sign here.
Yeah.
And then as they got comfortable, then I left.
But you
them.
see, that's another sign of how much you care about people, that you took the time to go help them out, to teach them this is how you do something.
Yep.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
So there you go. She was not paying 3 months of the mortgage out of her pocket.
no,
she
no,
was
no,
guiding
it was not. It was
guiding the
not.
client through
Right.
the process of how you do
Yes.
it. Okay.
And I didn't get paid for that either. I didn't get paid.
Because
for
I was
that.
getting ready here to buy a house with Gladys too. I was like, Don, can you get that pre-approval ready for me?
Coming up.
That's great. What'd you say? Well, how long have you been in real estate up to now? How many years would you say it is?
3 years.
3 years. And have you had any crazy stories in real estate? Anything crazy that's happened to you while you're showing houses or doing anything real estate related?
I fell in love with with the seller's dog.
Okay.
And the
Ooh.
dog at the end of the sale would listen to me more than the owner.
Wow.
So
they gave you the
nothing
dog.
really crazy, but
So you got the dog?
but then yeah, I went through withdrawals.
Yeah.
I was like, Coco, where are you? But nothing crazy yet. Nothing crazy besides that ugly house. That,
Ugly house.
that is the most beautiful house in Wayne
Wow.
right now.
Wow.
Actually, something similar happened to me at my first couple of houses, right? I think it was the second property that I sold. And this client, he actually, he was an experienced investor. And I was showing him an ugly house. And I was like, man, this house is ugly. He's like, don't ever say that, because you need to have vision. And he said it like, he put
Right.
a style to it. He's like, you need to have a vision, right? So we
You just
closed-
called a child ugly in his mind.
no, but listen to this. So we closed on that property, and I think he just remembered that, and that was just hunting him. He fixed the house really nice, and then I was the first person he called. He was like, I need you to come
Wow.
and look at this ugly house.
Yeah.
And when
What do you think now?
I was like, oh my
He
god,
wanted to show you.
Was
Yeah.
it still ugly?
no, it was
Beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So
god.
see, you inspired him.
I think he bought the house just because I called the house ugly. I think he's like, I'm gonna get this house and I'm gonna
Right.
make it look really nice.
You made it sparkle.
So
Some
yeah,
lipstick on it.
I don't. So there's no ugly houses. It's just houses without.
Yes.
Some deferred maintenance and, TLC.
Well, that
Without
that
love.
changed my my mindset, because now I don't go in there and say, "Oh, this is an ugly house." I tell them, "Oh, look, if you can change this or fix this, it will be a beautiful house for you." So
Sure.
it's you. I feel you always have to change a negative into a positive. So that negative experience that I had turned into a positive. Now I said I have to use that as every deal. If I see an ugly house, I'm not gonna say it's ugly. I
Right.
said I'm
House
gonna
with
say
potential.
it has the bones there, and if you have the funds, you can make it into a
If you have the
beautiful
vision,
home.
let's.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's
Love
truth be told on this is that every person needs to go through this to really understand that. I teach this a lot in my class. Kind of don't put your foot in your mouth, the whole thing. You never know why someone likes a particular home.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. I remember I was with an agent on a showing, and they said, wow, this wallpaper is like disgusting. It's so ugly. And the buyer said, this house reminds me of my great grandmother's home in England. And that's why I want to buy it. But now I don't want to buy it through you.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Now, this wasn't me. This was just an agent I was
Oh,
with.
okay.
But, and this was early on when I was newer in the business. And it made me really think about it. You never know why someone likes what they like, right? It could be that you're out to eat and someone that you're with orders something that you don't really care for, but they serve it because people do like
Yep.
it, right? Or whatever the case is. So I think it's an important lesson for people to really learn, because we never know why someone really likes a house that they like, right? We don't know how it resonates with them. Does it remind them of their childhood home or whatever it is? And we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different life experiences. So that's a super important lesson to learn. I'm glad that you learned it, and really I think everybody needs to learn that lesson.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
But I didn't tell them it was ugly.
Yeah, thank God. All right, that's good. That's good.
I told them after.
Her mama taught her well.
I was like, oh my God. And I told them I was scared when you bought this house, and I was, I didn't want to discourage you, but you made this into this beautiful home, and I'm so happy you did decide on this house. And
That's great.
they're going to buy a house pretty soon, and they called me, and I'm going to be their realtor again.
There you
That's
go.
great.
Fantastic. That's even a better story that it ends with a referral.
Yeah.
What is in your 3 years? What has been the longest transaction that, like, how many months did it take to close?
Oh my gosh, this past one that I did, it was like probably almost 4 months,
Okay.
Wow.
and I'm not gonna say who it was. There was a mortgage company that I told them to run. I told them to run, and I kept doing my due diligence, calling them and saying everything's going well with the application. Everything's fine. We went through the inspection, and of course the septic tank needed to be replaced. So we had that time waiting. Fine, everything's fine. That's all I heard from the lender. When the septic tank was certified and we were ready to go, oh no, he has to pay $57,000 to be able to qualify.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. So basically, what you're trying to say is that not all mortgage companies are created equal.
Yes.
So you should definitely work with somebody that is a.
So
My goodness.
he was. I said, this is their house. I can't let. If I was another realtor, I would have said, no, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is their house. And I kept saying that to myself. I got to fight for them because they're not fighting for themselves. So I got them to, I got him to agree. And then all of a sudden he calls me, oh, no, I'm stopping. I said, you know what? It's, this is a big purchase. It's your life. I'm trying to help you, but I said it's a large purchase, and you have to do what makes you feel comfortable, not what makes me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Of course.
So he was walking away. I called the attorney. I said, listen, the deal is that I said, but this is these people's house. I kept saying, this is their house. Could you please send them an email stating to try another mortgage company?
Right.
And he did that, and
it worked out.
And it worked out.
Yeah.
That's great.
He said, I usually don't do this, but it's you, Gladys, so I'm going to send that email. I said,
Nice.
thank you.
Wow.
And lo and behold, they got the house. He's so happy. It's like a sanctuary for them because it's away from the city.
Ooh, okay.
And they love it. They love it. And it's all on a referral as well, because open house. They came in it was my listing. They came to my open house, and I found them a house in 3 days.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, wow. 3 days.
But it took 4 months to close.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Now I check up
happens.
on them. They're so happy.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Now I have an oasis. I have a place to go and and go to cookouts and
Nice.
they're
Have
gonna
coffee,
invite
right?
me, yeah.
So
Only thing they have to look out for is beers because it's
it's out there, right?
it's out there. It's out there. But
So
yes.
I wanted to get back to your your weight loss journey, because I was curious, like, what was okay, let me start with this and I'm going to keep going. Or was it walking? Or did you just figure, oh, let me eat differently? Like, what was that journey like? Like, what's it been like? Because you're still on it.
Well, first it was the walking. I said, "Oh, I walked a mile for a week. Let me walk 2 miles."
Really?
Then I said, "Oh, let me walk 3 miles."
Oh, wow.
Wow. How many are you up to now?
And now I don't go outside now.
Okay.
Now I said, "Wait a minute, it's getting cold." It was like rainy or cold. I don't remember. But I know that I said, oh, after I got to 3 miles, I said, wait a minute, this is fine now, but what's going to happen in the winter? I said, this is not going to work. So I said, I'm going to join a gym.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm going to join a gym. And I heard that Santos was going to the gym and a couple other realtors. I said, I'm going to join a gym.
Yeah.
So I joined the gym. And now I'm there for an hour, 15 minutes.
You're wearing your real estate T-shirts, correct? Gladys.
No, I put my
A name tag.
Name
Okay.
tag.
All right.
I put my name
Backwards?
tag.
We got to get you some real
I
estate
did that.
apparel.
I know, and I'm like, I'm excited to buy some new clothes because I'm like, oh, I can wear this now. Because I bought one before and I was like, oh my God, I am not going outside like this. And then I put it on like 2 days ago and I said, holy crap,
You
I fit in it.
That's great.
I love it.
Yes, so
you're spending an hour and 15 minutes in the gym? And
Yes.
what do you do at the gym?
I go 4 times a week now.
Okay.
And I go on the treadmill.
Okay.
At half an hour, and then I go on the bicycle half an hour. Then I'm starting. That's why it's the only 15 minutes. I'm starting with the weights.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I can only do 15 minutes because, I'm kind of not young still. So I'm like,
Yeah, but
I
you
don't
know
want to
what?
hurt myself.
I feel
Yeah.
like when you're starting something new, you don't want to start, fast forward, like I'm going to do this for 45 minutes, 100 pounds or something, right? Because you can get discouraged really easily.
Especially
you got
if
to
you're
crawl.
sore.
You got to crawl before you walk and walk before
Baby
you run,
steps.
right?
Yeah, baby steps.
And that's part of my journey right now. I said, if I do this full on and try to do everything at once, I'm going to fail. So I'm doing step by step. And what I'm also doing is not even setting goals with my weight loss until now because I have a reason to, but I wasn't saying, oh, I have to be this weight by this date, because if you don't do it, you're gonna
You just give up.
discourage yourself and give up. So
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm gonna do it. Whatever I lose, it's fine. Then it's always the next day you can start fresh.
Right. Are you're tracking your progress?
Yes.
Do you take pictures or just like a spreadsheet, or how do you do it?
I have a spreadsheet.
Okay.
And I write
Awesome.
everything I eat. I write it down, and then I see what affected me gaining, the weight,
Sure.
and then what affected me losing the weight. And that's why now I have I don't even think about what I eat, because I know, oh, I got to stay away from this. I can eat this,
Sure.
and I'll have results.
That's
and that's
great.
like real estate. You can make calls, you can do door knocking, but if you don't find results, you're wasting your time. So you have
Right.
to find what makes you get the most results in order to succeed in this business.
Right.
Or finding a system that works for you, right? There's a
Yes.
book that talks about it. And it's just, it applies to everything, right? To health, to your business, real estate. It's just find a system, stick to it, and have low to no expectations. Just become the person that gets the job done, right? And it's going to work.
Can you share that book with us?
Yeah,
Sure.
right?
I'm going to do some,
Okay.
check my notes and I'll definitely share it.
Okay,
Nice.
perfect. Well, it's funny. A lot of people will ask me certain questions like, what's the best CRM, or what's the best transaction tracker, or what's the best this? And really, the best one is the one that you use,
Yes.
right? There might just be something that you don't really like, but I'm all about tracking, whether it's weekly, then monthly, then quarterly, yearly, whatever. No matter what, whether it's weight loss, whether it's your, business, other personal things. I think it's super important, just like you kind of mentioned, to see what's working, what's not working.
Yep.
What am I doing well at? What am I not doing well at? And that can really apply to anything, personal
Absolutely.
or professionally.
The truth is that slow progress is better than no progress.
Exactly.
So it's as long as you're tracking, you figure out, what's...
So that's the thing I think makes people fail on their New Year's resolutions.
Yep.
Because they want it to be
all in one
such
week.
a quick... I want it too. I'm guilty of it. If I set, a goal, especially like a New Year's resolution, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to do whatever it is. As soon as you don't have that instant gratification, it's like you deflate. It's like, ooh.
It's so
Yep.
funny you say that, because the beginning of the year, the gym is so crowded.
It is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then it's the end of the month, January, and it trickles
You
down.
get like a good dry January mixed with like New Year's resolution.
Yes.
But then I think it's a result of unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
Yes.
Versus
Yes.
thinking about what Marcos just said, slow progress is better than
No progress.
no progress. But I think we're just the world we live in, and I'm gonna sort of say this, don't throw any eggs at me. I just kind of blame it on our proximity to New York City, right? We're just wired so much more fast paced.
Yeah. We want everything yesterday.
Yes.
Immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now.
Immediately.
And so the progress part is very tough, especially in weight loss or even exercise journeys or things like that, or fitness, because the second, you don't see that progress, you get deflated.
Yep. Yep. I think the book, I believe, is Atomic Habits. So you
Atomic
have to
Habits.
become the
I
person
think-
that
I
gets
think
the
I-
job done, right?
Someone gifted that to me.
And
actually.
January's coming up. We should get a group together and read the book all like
Sure.
before
Yeah.
January, just so we can start.
Let's do a book review. Atomic Habits.
There you
everybody.
go. James Clear, right? That's the name of the.
It sounds
author.
familiar, yes.
Another
Atomic
thing
Habits.
is that Dawn mentioned in one of the Buffini class, never compare yourself to someone else.
Very true.
If you compare yourself to another realtor, you're gonna fail.
Yep.
Because you're your own person. You need to go at your own progress,
Right.
and you need to find yourself in this business in order to succeed.
Right.
Sure.
Everybody has a way of stepping. Like, even you could have your best friend walking next to you, and you're both a different height, so the steps that you take are
Yes.
even
Very
different.
Yes.
That's one of you is going to have to walk faster than the other to
Yep.
keep up. So just be yourself, work how you work, and find how you work best.
Yes.
Because your best may not be, maybe somebody else can't keep up with your best, and maybe you can't keep up with their best. But as long as you are doing your best, you will move forward.
That's yes.
Yes, it's so true. And I'm getting a listing soon,
Nice.
and
Ooh.
my coworker, it's actually my coworker. When he retires, he said, "You're my agent."
Love it.
And he goes, "I was approached by a couple agents," and I said, "No." He went, "No, I have my agent," and I said, "I am," and he goes, "Yeah." And you know why? And I didn't realize it. And you don't realize things about yourself until someone points it out. He goes, "You always do everything by the book, and you're always honest. And that's why you're my realtor."
That's
And
great.
Ooh,
was
I love
like-
it.
That day I almost fell apart at work, but yes. So, yes, I'm going to have
love
his
it. I love it.
listing.
Nice. It's great that people recognize that in you, because, I mean, I know we're around you, so we know the kind of person you are, but it's nice when other people who aren't in the business recognize what a good person you are, how you do things the way they're supposed to be done. Like, when other people outside of the business recognize it, like, oh, I must be doing something right. So I hope you feel good about yourself.
But I didn't realize it until he pointed it out, because it's just me.
Right, you're living your life.
Yeah,
Living your
it's
life.
like,
That's it.
it's like my parents, my dad especially, he always taught me to treat everyone just like you want to be treated. Treat people like if they were your mother, your sister, someone you care about, because you don't know what that person could do for you in the future. Even if they don't do anything, you're a good, your character.
Right.
The golden rule.
He always was big on having a good character, and that's how I grew up. So it actually helped me during life for a lot of things.
Well, I think to add on to that too is we never know what someone else is going through in their life, right?
Exactly.
And so if we are good to people and we're kind to people, hopefully we can put a smile. Listen, it's free, right? To make somebody smile. We never know what kind of impact we're going to make in their lives. And if we're good to people, the only thing we could do is do something positive in their life.
Right.
And I think the other part to it, I hear this a lot from newer agents that I teach. They have a little bit of an intimidation. They feel like they don't have every single answer to every single question. Well, neither do I, right? Doesn't matter how long you're in the business. But when people know that you're going to do the right thing by them, it's really okay if you don't have all the answers, because they just know that you're going to act honestly and professionally and do the right thing by them. And I think that's more important than having the answer to every single question, right? Because you have an entire office with combined hundreds of years of experience that you can go back to and get the answer to that question. But not every person, no matter what industry you're in, works honestly and professionally and does the right thing by people. We know that, right?
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. It's not just real estate or mortgages or inspections or whatever. It's every single industry, car industry, healthcare, you name it. So I think that's super important that he, kind of threw that out there for you. I think that's really great.
I love it. Do the right thing. Yes.
So
Yes.
what is your favorite app, real estate app that you use?
I think I have a favorite. I actually
Do you use Instagram or
Or Canva.
No.
Canva,
No. Oh.
Fonto?
yes.
Oh, I
Canva.
love Canva.
Yes. Oh my God,
Canva.
Canva. That's actually one of the realtors here. I was like, how are you doing that?
Mm.
And she's like, oh, I have Canva. I'm like, what the heck is Canva?
Oh, it's
Like,
the
what is
best.
that?
It's the best.
I'm like,
I'm kind of like, how do you live without it? But
yeah. I'm like, okay. And then I went home and I'm like, what the heck is this? And I said, you know what? I'm going to ask her to come in the office and help me. And she taught me, and she took the time and taught me. And that's my go-to thing.
Now you're a Canva expert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
That and zip form. I love
Oh,
zip
Okay.
form.
yes. Although,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
well, that's the
I
money
cannot-
maker.
yes,
the
everything's
moneymaker.
there. That's a lifesaver right
I
there.
Yeah.
cannot live without my zip form.
Perfect.
Yes.
It's an excellent app.
Back to new agents. What's that one thing that you wish you knew before you got into real estate?
The one thing is that I'm a very sensitive person, and you have to grow thick skin in this business. You don't take anything personal,
Right.
Yes.
because it's not personal, it's business.
Yes.
Right.
And that I learned actually here. I learned a lot of things at United. I
Nice.
think United has made me a better person.
Nice.
I
That's
love
great.
it. We have a really good family here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we always say that, right? It's a united family. That's how we think of each other. It's funny because I've always felt that, but when we go away to our conferences, you got to see it because we all hung around. If you notice, like the last one, we were all at Disney World, like we were little kids going to ride from ride to ride.
We
Let's
were
go.
looking at all
In
the
our
photos.
matching outfits.
Yes.
Before this, we were looking at all the photos, and they were like amazing. Like you could see the group, everybody was having
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It was really good.
But it's funny that felt, like family. And we're all, having lunch, going to all these different things, learning together, right?
Yes.
And you really feel it. So I'm happy that you've learned so much here.
I'm really glad I went. I wasn't going to go to that convention, but I said, because I never went on a trip by myself. Never. That was my first trip.
Yeah, remember you saying that. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm glad I came to this.
You ready for the
well,
next
we're
one?
And now we
glad
have to
to.
go to the next one together.
I know. We have to go see
Texas.
the Dallas
Texas, yeah.
Stadium.
We're going to be right there next to the Cowboys stadium.
Yes.
So
Yes.
very
Gonna
nice.
get my boots.
Go
My
Dallas.
Your hat. So we always get towards the end of the program. We like to ask people, really quick, whatever pops into your head, Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts. What's your go-to food for lunch?
Grilled chicken wrap.
A grilled chicken wrap. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too. It's up there for me. Grilled chicken.
It's something
wraps.
that you can either sit down and eat or on the go.
Nice.
go.
That
So
was
if
that was
you-
going to be my
yeah.
other question. Is in the car or in the restaurant?
Or both. Both. I've like I have had like in between appointments and I'm
Sure.
like, I am super hungry.
Yeah, and you just got to
So
grab something.
I have to grab. So
Yeah.
yes,
So either one.
either one.
Favorite town in New Jersey?
Favorite town
Mhm.
is actually it's something new. I actually my last listing,
Mhm.
Jefferson Township.
Oh, sure.
Beautiful.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. It's like you go to the market, you have fresh products.
Uh-huh.
You're close to go to New York. You're like close to everything. It's our away,
Sure.
hours in a way, but you're close enough that you can actually go
Sure.
to the city. But then you have that peaceful experience, and then you have everything fresh and organic,
Mhm.
and it's like the both. What is that?
The
The
best
best of both worlds.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, the best of both worlds. And I said, hey, maybe when I retire, I'm gonna do this.
You're going to be in the quiet little
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. How about favorite vacation spot?
Oh my gosh.
Or even if a place that you would want to go. Let's put it out, open it up.
Well,
A good vacation spot.
I want to go to Italy.
Yeah, Italy.
But,
Take me with you.
Yes. But I recently went to where you're from.
The Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dominican.
And I fell in
I was going to
love.
say Passaic because I was born.
Hold up.
I was born in Passaic, but yeah.
Yes, and I fell in love.
Where are some good vacation spots in this?
I fell in love, and I actually we're going again. I'm going with my daughter. I actually went on a
Nice.
cruise.
To
And I
Punta
s-
Cana, probably you went?
No,
Or Puerto Plata?
Puerto Plata. Okay, okay.
Yes, and I said, wait a minute, this is not enough. I want to see more.
Try Jarabacoa or Samaná next time.
Yes.
Okay, my daughter's friend is I don't know what they call it over there, but he's like something like like the Senate or something. The uncle is in the Senate or something.
Okay.
And when we go, we're gonna have like security and
Okay.
yeah.
Ah.
So I said yes. I like to be treated like royalty. I'm going.
Sure.
Sure.
So yes, that's one of the places. I have so many because I've been to Jamaica and I loved it too.
Nice.
Yeah.
What areas do you service? Like where do you sell real estate the most, or that you
It's-
focus on?
it's
Yeah, I know you sell
funny.
everywhere, but where?
It's funny that you say that because a couple months ago I would have just said, oh, I'm Bergen County, Passaic County, but I'm branching out and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not Passaic County, Bergen County. I'm anywhere my clients need me.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
So
Okay, I love
now that's when I branched out, like I said before, in Morris County and Warren County. And I said, hey, maybe I'm going to go to another county
Yeah.
with my next client. I'm going to go where they need me. That's
Very nice. I like that answer. Very, very nice. And where What's your phone? Like, where can people find you on Facebook, Instagram? Do you prefer that they call you direct?
They can call me. They can.
And what's
go
your phone
on
number? Tell everybody your phone number.
862-754-1262, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Nice.
Everywhere. I'm everywhere.
You're on X.
Yeah.
You're on X. TikTok.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok too. It's like you have to be everywhere to be noticed.
Yes, I agree. Yes. Well, Gladys, thank you so much for stopping by,
Yes.
But really for sharing your journey with us.
Yeah, thank you.
We really appreciate it. All right,
Thanks
guys.
for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
This is Realtors Radio Network signing off.
Keep an ear out for the next episode of the Realtors Radio Network, where Santos Garcia, Marcos Suarez, and Dawn McCullough share their wealth of real estate knowledge. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, review, and share. Find us on social media at Realtors Radio Network. See you next time on the Realtors Radio Network.